Hi guys, I'm back with another video for the Mini Kit Monday. This is a collaboration that I am doing with Kathy Feigl and Traci and Becky Bidding. She's the one that initially started this whole video series. This is my third layout for the month of July, and I know we're like on the fifth week already, so I'm a video behind. So I'm just going to start off by saying that this is a multi-page photo layout. I originally had only 2 photos with this layout, but I decided to put this, I think it was this, no, it was one of the other 2 photos in particular, or maybe none of them. Anyway, I decided that this was going to be 3 photos instead of 2, and so I added these 3, and this is more like a story of, or a page of my husband and I hanging out together, even though it was a family trip and we all went. And lately, I think all of the layouts, excuse me, that I have been doing for Mini Kit Monday have been of the same day, but they're all going to go in different albums. One's going to go to my son, one's going to go to my other son, and then one in the family album, and then one in our couple album, I guess, too. I'm not too sure. But I like all the pictures. They're all different pictures, and they're all going to be different layouts anyway. And I should be able to do, or I should have enough layouts to write different stories about all the layouts I make anyway, because some can be story driven, even though they're from the same day. So here I am using scratch pieces of paper from the mini kit that I had pulled out, and so I wanted to kind of accent all the pictures by putting them with different colors. And especially since the background is so busy, I tried to stick with more solid looking papers in order to map my photographs. I did take some inspiration from Janet from RTS, and I did find some cut out photo corners that I had made with my silhouette like years ago. I am using this title Sweet Moment that I did pick out from one of the thicker sets that I had pulled out for my set, for my mini kit. And this sticker in itself had rounded corners, so I just decided to cut them until they had square edges, since most of my pictures were anyway. I don't think it really mattered in the end, because one of my elements has kind of rounded corners, and you'll see it in a minute. So here I was trying to make those like kind of a grid design or something to that effect. I'm not really good or particular with those. Those are not really my go-to. But I think it turned out pretty well. I like the fact that this photo in itself has that photo corner, so it kind of emphasizes that photo a little bit. And I'm happy to be using up this glitz sticker. It says it's a good day to have a good day, or something like that. And then the other sticker that I used from that same sticker sheet is the Everyday I Love You More, which is towards the bottom. It's that other white square. Here I decided to put some elements so that I can create a visual triangle, and I did use this circle graph thing from Simple Stories, and I used some Tim Holtz Chit Chat that you'll see I kind of highlight later on, or if I did already, I didn't notice. I'm so sorry. So here's a speech bubble, which I really don't use, and I was kind of confused because I wanted the speech bubble to go closer to where that picture of my husband is on the bottom, but then I kind of wanted the visual triangle up higher, and I was like going back and forth whether I wanted it up and down on that photo. I finally decided on this area right here, and I wasn't going to put extra embellishments away from the cluster that I have up on the top right hand quadrant, but I don't know how not to do that. So I ended up putting more embellishments than I planned on. Here I thought I was missing some things, and so I decided to kind of shake out my layout and see if it would come out, and I finally found the heart, but I lost the little veneer that I had on there. So here I'm pointing out that I did use the Chit Chats from Tim Holtz, and this is the rounded edge square that I told you about. I ended up putting the word together, and once I pulled out that camera for the wood veneer down towards the bottom, or that I was looking for, I had already pulled out these little potty people and the heart that you see on the right hand side where all my little embellishments are. And here I'm pulling out the camera because I couldn't find it. I don't know if this is the second one. Yeah, I think this is the second one, because I couldn't find the first one. I lost it. But now that I was doing the editing for this video, I found it on the floor. And it was different. So I'm like, oh well, it is what it is. It's done now. Here I am putting down the embellishments. That one says good times, and this one says take note, and those are also from Simple Stories. I'm just kind of pulling out the general or generic colors that are on the background page, and I didn't know if this was going to be too busy, but to my eye, it worked, and I think it's kind of cohesive because I did cut out at the beginning of the video, I cut out a thin strip border out of that brown paper, and I just cut out like a little 1/4-inch frame and still glued that behind. I glued my leaf paper behind that small frame so that I could still use the elements that were from the cut apart sheet on the other side of that paper. Let's see here. So here I'm finalizing all my little smaller embellishments. I found these 2 potty people when I pulled out that row of wood veneers, and I liked the idea of those 2. I hardly ever use them anymore, and so I thought that these tiny 2 potty people worked out great because it's a representation of my husband and I. Since this is a layout about both of us, if you hear my kids, I am so sorry. They went downstairs. I told them they could have some snacks. It's lunchtime and they're super excited. So here I am using those chipboard circles from Heidi Swap. I'm glad that I did this mini kit and pulled out things that I usually don't gravitate towards or don't see all the time, because these Project Life things and mini kits are separate from where I usually scrap. They're not on my desk. So I'm glad that I made an effort to pull out some of the elements that I don't usually use, and I actually used quite a bit of them. I think I'm down to like 1, 2, 3, and then you'll see that I used partial pieces of one to just layer up that sticker in particular. Actually, we're at that point now. So I tore off those 2 little petals from that one because I don't know where else I'm going to use it, so I just used them kind of like craft foam to give that geotag more dimension, since the enjoy, I kind of put it on the emphasis, the geotag with the emphasis of that circle chipboard, and it needed some more dimension to also lift up so that it wouldn't kind of get left behind or get lost in the background of the paper. So the lifting up of that geotag helped. So here I'm looking for visual triangles in the wood veneer, in the hearts, and I feel like I'm missing something on the top left hand corner right there by the photo. Oh, I forgot what that's called right now. I just blanked. But anyway, I found some more of those tiny chipboard hearts that were also included in the Heidi chipboard project, mini life project, something or another, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the whole title. There's like so many words for one title of a thing. But it's the mini kit to Heidi Swap, and it's in a chipboard style. And here I decided that it was kind of blank down here at the bottom, so I wanted a little more to kind of mimic the embellishments that I have up towards the top. I wanted to bring that red color down also to the bottom. And what you don't see in this video that I am doing right now is, well, you see this where I'm gluing 4 hearts because that represents that there were 4 of us that day. And what you don't see me do is that I do use stickles that Crafty Maggie, my friend, mailed me in Happy Mail, and I used the yellow, but then I used an orange paint. So I did end up using stickles, and you'll see those in the close-ups. So here you can see that I'm also put in a 2017 right next to the Everyday I Love You More. I take that off. You'll see it in the close-ups of the pictures. And that's one change I did. And then I also added some more things here towards the bottom. I changed 2 of the colors of the hearts, and you'll see them in the close-up photos. I freeze frame it here. I also add a label and a today sticker towards the end underneath the circle. And you'll see that I put the year there and that I moved it. So whenever I think I'm done, I'm really not done, and I keep adding or changing to the layout. I also added a circle and 2 little chevrons there to that Everyday I Love You More sticker, or a heart, excuse me. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I added an amazing to the Hello Adventure arrow sticker. I added the date right there with the label sticker. just never done. I'm never done with my layouts. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be sharing another video for the Mini Kit Monday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye!